Greetings everyone, it's the Flying Twinkie, and they have arrived. The replacement Morgan and Peace dollars from JM Bullion are here today, and I thought we could take a look at them together. For those of you who missed the last video I did about what I received from JM Bullion, I'll do a quick summary here. I had ordered 3 brilliant uncirculated Morgan and Peace dollars, and wasn't very happy with what I received, so I contacted customer service via email, sent them some photos, and they kind of brushed off my complaint, said that the coins looked brilliant uncirculated to them, and that was that. They did give me the option to return them at my expense. I just decided to keep them and took a $5 coupon instead. But then after I posted my last video on YouTube, they must have some kind of an algorithm that finds videos in which they're tagged or mentioned in the description, because they left a comment on that video, and I sent them my order number. They contacted me via email and said, we want to make this right, and it's important to us that you're satisfied with your order from us. So they sent me a prepaid shipping label to send the coins back to them, and I have the replacements today. So let's take a look and see if these look any better than the originals. So let's do the Peace dollar first. And I can tell already, even inside the covers, that these coins already look better. And this one does. It is wonderful looking. It has lots of white luster on it, which is exactly what you would expect to see. The original coin they sent me had a ding in the rim right around there, and then a big gouge out of Lady Liberty's neck. And this coin is much more perfect all the way around. And some of the details you look for in a brilliant uncirculated Peace dollar, on the obverse of the coin, you want to take a look at some of these details here in the hair, and you'll see that you can see a lot of those hairlines quite well. And then this neckline here often gets worn down first because it's an area of higher relief, and it looks good. You can see that the white luster is pretty uniform over those areas, which means that the coin hasn't been worn down. And then let's take a look at the reverse with the eagle. And yeah, this is much better. You're looking for details here, and these feathers, you can see like these wispy little lines here, and then the details in the feathers all the way down right here by the talons. See those lines right there. Nice high olive branches. So overall, this looks much better. And again, up here on the neck too, you can look at those details right there. So that's one. So far so good. Let's take a look at the Morgan dollars, and interestingly enough, these both say BU on the little flips they send them in, and the last shipment they sent did not have those labels on there. So here's the 1921 Morgan. Again, this is a much nicer coin than the original that they sent me. If you recall, that one had a lot of brown toning on it that wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing. This one is a nice white coin. Again, you can see a lot of luster on it. And I'll show you some of the details you look for here in a BU Morgan. This is an area of higher relief right there on the cap. So you can see that the luster is still there. It's all white. Whereas when that starts to get worn down, when you tilt the coin, it will turn kind of a darker bluish silver color. But this one looks good. And then all through here, all this detail in the hairlines is much nicer. And actually, this is a pretty good looking Morgan overall. A lot of times you'll see pretty significant chatter here on her cheek, but this one is looking pretty good. Let's take a look at the reverse, and I'll point out some of the finer details here on the chest feathers, neck feathers right there. You can see all those little fine lines in there, and then the lines on the leaves of the olive branches, and then even right there as you come down toward the tail, you'll want to see those little lines right in there. So this is a much nicer example of a brilliant uncirculated 1921 Philadelphia Morgan. Incidentally, the peace dollar was a 1923 Philly peace dollar. And finally, let's look at the pre-1921 they sent. And interestingly enough, it's a different date. This one's in 1898. And again, it looks really nice. We've got good luster on there. And the areas that I pointed out before all look nice and white. Right there, you can see here what I was talking about a little bit. When you turn the coin and it turns kind of that darker color, that indicates where the original mint finish is no longer present on the coin. So if you were to see a lot of that up here in this area or anywhere else on the coin, you would know that there had been some level of wear on the coin. So looking at the back of this, no mint mark, so this is also a Philadelphia. And yeah, you can really see the nicer detail here in the chest feathers, here on the neck, down here. Tail feathers have those fine lines in there, and then nice detailing here on the olive branches. So I have to say, JM Bullion came through and did the right thing and sent me 3 very nice replacements for the original piece of Morgan dollars that they had sent as part of my order. So I do want to say a thank you to them for their excellent service. After I did post that video, I appreciate them proactively getting in touch and, as I said, doing the right thing. They took care of the shipping both ways, and they replaced the 3 coins with 3 great examples of BU Peace and Morgan dollars. So, would I have been happier if they had just done this from the beginning? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, I really can't complain. They did take care of it, and I think these are very nice. I'm a much happier customer now, and I would be interested to hear what you think down in the comments below of these compared to the original 3. And now that you've seen these 3 examples, does it change your mind if you commented on the first video that they look fine to you? Does it change your mind now that you've seen these 3 nicer ones? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope pointing out some of those finer details is helpful and maybe educational for you today. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you have any feedback. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, I am the Flying Twinkie.